Hi guys, this week's video is going to be about some general repairs. Like we're going to fix the wobbles on this Menards car, and we're going to fix a maintenance away truck I got at the train show. Didn't quite run right, and we're going to show you an old school way to make some signs. Now the first thing I do with Menards cars, they don't have that much detail on the bottom, but they add this air brake thing. I just pop these off. All they do is jam up when they go into a curve. That thing will hit and derail it, or if you're going through a switch, it can derail it. I just get rid of it. So, because I've had it do it a couple times, and I saw another video on it, so that's a good thing to get rid of. So then we're going to take these screws out. There's 4 of them. There we go. And we're going to pop this guy out of here. And that's all there is to it. So we'll pop the shell out. So now we will get these clips off of here and get these trucks off. Okay, I'm back. Now, I always like to keep a magnet handy here because these things like to go flying across the room. So that way, you know, you always got a magnet. And we'll pop that off. And then we'll get this guy off of here too. Okay, there's that. We'll leave those. And I put a paint mark on there so I knew, you know, this one's good, this one's not. So we're going to take this apart and see if we can straighten this, or if I'm going to have to put a new wheel set on here from another truck. So let me see what we got here. We got these little screws here. Okay, here on this Menards car, if you watch the truck itself, look how much that moves, and it just wobbles all over the place. And on this back one, same deal, you know. It's got a bent axle. So anyway, we're going to take these off and see what we can do with them. Okay, now we'll take these 2 little Phillips screws out of here, remove this truck. There. There's that. We'll put the screws over here in the dish with that. Okay, now we're down to the basic setup here. And these are just held in with a bent piece of metal. So we'll try to lift that out. There's that one. And we'll bend that guy up. And there, it's out. Now we'll try to see what we can do to straighten these. Yeah, the easiest way I found to do this is you roll it in your fingers and you mark the high spot, wherever the high spot hits your finger. And then you just take a pair of pliers and sort of bend it the opposite way. And then that seems to do the trick. Now that we put the truck all back together, as you can see, when you spin this guy, it's not floating the truck all over the place. So we can live with that. So I got to do this to the other one, straighten it out, And you just got to do a lot of little adjustments, you know, but you can get them to spin good again. And then just make sure your coupler works there, yeah, which it does. It clicks good. Well, I reassembled the car, and let's see how she glides. Much better. Well, guys, as much as I hate to admit defeat, as you can see, the rollers are a lot better, but I still get a little wobble from where the truck mounts to the base of the chassis. There's a little bit of slop in there. So you get a little wobble, but hey, at least I know the wheels are all good because they were a wreck. And but it just gives it more realism. You know, you get a little wobble here and there. But I'm all right with it. What are you going to do? I tried washers, but nothing works. Even a piece of plastic I tried, but they just wiggle. You know, so they're held on with a C-clip. So it is what it is. Okay guys, as much as I hate defeat, we're going to try one last thing. I bought those K-line trucks for $5 at the show. So I did get these ones all straightened out and nice. But as you can see, there is quite a bit of wobble here, and that's where I'm getting it from. You know, it's just loosey-goosey. So these are the K-line, and there is zero play. Now what I did was, all I had to do was take the K-line truck and drill this hole out to the next biggest size, which
that size went from 11/64 to 3/16.
3/16. And then I used a stainless steel bolt with a self-locking nut, you know, which looks like this. That way, once you get the adjustment, it's not going to move on you. You know, you don't have to double nut it or anything. But there is zero rock and roll here. So we'll try that and see if that gets rid of it. Because it had two problems. The old ones, the trucks were out around, and then they just wiggle too much. So the gap in there, you know, is too much with the C-clip. So we'll see how this works. All right, guys, here it is with those K-line trucks. And I did them tight. There's no wobble. So I think that fixed it. And they have a bigger saddle. So there's more room for the truck to meet the base of the chassis. But as you can see, that fixed it. So just get a K-line cheapo truck, and you know, it's a lot quicker. But I have those other K-lines for other trucks for Menards if I need them for spares for something else. I think this one's just top heavy. Problem solved. Here's a little story for you. My Smith Brothers TV and appliance store came without the sign on it. So I tried making a label one here. I had a you know, little label making machine. I put that on and it looked okay. But I thought, I wonder if I could do better. So I went and I was at a hobby shop and they had another one. So I took a picture of the real sign and then printed it out, and but it was too big, you know. So then I went to Staples and I gave the guy the exact dimensions of what I wanted, and he took my picture here and put it in his copy machine, and he has a computer hooked up and he could set in the dimensions, and here is the sign, and it looks like original. The guy did a great job, and he didn't even charge me. I think he was having fun with it. So, you know, I told him what it was for. So something to keep in mind, you know. Now I know a lot of you people out there probably have an app that can make decals or stickers or whatever, and you can shrink it or whatever. But you know, I'm not that tech savvy, so I just took a picture. I tried making it bigger or smaller at Walmart, but their thing wouldn't do it. So I just went to Staples, and they shrunk it down to exactly what I needed, and there you go. So now it looks like original. I'm happy with it. Okay, I just set that maintenance away truck on the track. Let's give it a little power, see what it does. I heard a click. Uh-oh, it's trying. It's probably been sitting around for a long time. Try to burn some of that carbon off. Ah, the lights light up too. There she wants to go. Come on. No, I didn't do anything to this. So we're just seeing how much it'll take to bring it to life. All right. Well, I think it needs a good cleaning and a lube, but there's life. It lights up. I hear the motor trying. So I think she'll come back to life. That's really cool. Okay, here's the update video on this maintenance away Lionel track testing equipment truck. So in the first video, it barely ran at all. So, you know, I just took the cover off it. It just has these little pinch tabs. You pinch and the body comes off. And then there's two more, you know, or four more, I should say, two on each end. And took them off, and that split the motor apart. Put fresh grease in it, lubed it, and then I used this double aught or 4/0 steel wool, which is really fine. And I took there's one screw that held this copper ground in, so I pulled that out and cleaned it with the 000/0. You don't want to do that near the motor, you know, because of steel wool, but it did a nice job cleaning the contact bar and the axle. So I put that in and put it back on the track, and it was still sketchy. So then the main contact bar in the middle here, I guess people just tend to pull it up, and you know, but that's not what you want to do, because when you pull it up, it makes the springs not as springy. So you want to push down and then pull up on the ends. You know, you have one finger holding this down, and then you pull up on the ends. So you want the ends higher. And so I did that, cleaned it all up, and now it runs great. So I'll put it on the layout and show you guys. Okay, we'll give it a little track power. And off it goes. You know, the headlights light up, the tail lights. It's really a cool little truck. So might as well run the other trains around a little bit. Well, guys, that'll be it for this week. Thanks for watching DT Shortline. My name's Dan, and we'll catch you on the next one.